Mr. Vyas, you will be talking at the International Supply Chain Conference. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Certainly. I'm founding executive director for the Center for Global Supply Chain Management, as well as academic director for Masters of Science in Global Supply Chain Management at Marshall School of Business, University of Southern California.
The media is dominated by bad news about the Chinese-US trade war and growing protectionism around the world. How do you assess the current situation?
That's a great question. I think what we are seeing between the trade disputes between United States and China is nothing new. In fact, history shows us that the trade disputes have always been part of our civilization. However, this dispute between US and China is a little bit different in a sense that over the last 30, 35 years, a lot of trade-related issues, intellectual property, technology transfers, undue government subsidies to build up the infrastructure of supply chain that China was able to accomplish went completely unnoticed by Western democracy and North America. So I think what we're seeing here is over the last 3 decades of unaddressed issues is this administration under President Trump is trying to do everything in the last 3-4 years.
Thank you. What will change for supply chain management in the coming years?
I think what we see both in micro macro trends is that there is a fundamental shift of redrawing of supply chain. We're seeing the globalization is being challenged with what is the regionalization, or in some cases even localization. And this conflict will continue to go until it finds equilibrium. So where is the striking balance between the changes to completely become regionalized or localized versus globalization? In my view, it is a redrawing of the supply chain. And what we see, countries are taking an enormous efforts to build the trade barriers to create and protect some of the interests, especially when it comes to human capital and supporting local industries.
Great point. What can individual companies, local and international, do to create a better trade situation?
So I think certainly business always hates uncertainty. Market hates uncertainty, but this has become the norm. So local businesses as well as international businesses really have to become agile, create their supply chain very dynamic, and learn to understand that this may actually go on for a couple of years, or for that matter, even a decade, before we truly normalize the supply chain across the globe. So that being said, I think if we find the companies and the company's leadership is open to exploring new market, being dynamic and being flexible and adjusting on a dime, so to speak, we'll have a distinct advantage of weathering these uncertainties over the next few years.
That makes sense. And last question, is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, so I think the companies have to really think about it. Yes, the trade dispute is a strong headwind, but we also see there's emerging technologies, evolutions within the supply chains, omni-channel, global markets. All of these forces, companies' leadership and government and the policymakers have to reckon with. And unless you address this as a system, as a holistic issue, you will be really chasing this fire rather than being able to be on top of it. So I think we're in a very interesting time. I'm very bullish about the global outlook. I think we as a humanity has done an incredible job in benefiting and uplifting poverty level and generating the largest middle class in human history. I believe that trend will continue. It is how we as a society learn to integrate that take advantage of the supply chain network, and still think about corporate social responsibility, sustainability, and making sure that we not only move the goods efficiently and the data efficiently, but also think about the human capital in the future.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.